Listen carefully. Something very serious happened while you slept last night, and even the archangels are still in shock. Only you don't know what happened last night. Heaven was watching you every second. It's not a coincidence that you're here. An important meeting was held in the higher realm, and God himself called your name. The angels reacted immediately because what was decided about your life is something you didn't expect. You need to know the truth about what happened last night before this day ends. This is your last chance to understand. Heaven is waiting for your answer right now. Don't ignore this. Subscribe to the channel to confirm that you accept this call and maintain your connection with the light. Miracles don't come to those who doubt. They come to those who are present. Take a deep breath and feel that warmth in your chest. It's not something common. It's proof that this message has your name on it. The truth is, your destiny was rewritten last night. For months, forces tried to confuse you and erase your plans, but they failed completely. While you rested, a deep cleansing took place in your life. Archangel Michael stood guard by your bedside. He fought against a darkness that wanted to keep you silent and trapped. That cloud of confusion has been lifted. He commanded that darkness to flee from you immediately. That's why you felt restless during the night. Your dreams felt heavy and real because a battle for your next blessing was being waged right above you. Now dawn has broken and heaven's instruction is clear. I must tell you everything. You must hear this before 9 p.m. tonight. After that time, heaven will close this phase, and the decision will be final. Don't think this is a coincidence. In God's timing, there are no accidents. You are watching this video because the angels are lining a miracle for you right now. Last night, a veil was torn and long-hidden secrets were revealed before the throne. An angel delivered a sealed document with your name shining on the cover. When heaven opened that file, all the archangels saw what was inside. They were speechless because what was written there was not a judgment against you. It was a complete restoration. Heaven declared you innocent of everything that tried to oppress you. All that weight you carried, your silent fears and disappointments were used as evidence. And yet, the divine command was, release them now. Your time has come, but one important step remains. God gave a clear instruction. You must know the truth before sunset. There is something hidden here on earth that reflects what has already been decided in heaven. Someone close to you, someone you trust, has been keeping a secret connected to this miracle. Tonight, that secret will be revealed. Do not be afraid. What is about to come to light is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to set you free forever, but you must remain vigilant. Do not allow any distractions to pull you away from this message before it is finished. The archangels are watching your reaction. Respond right now. Your faith in this very second is a key that will unlock the door you cannot yet see. Even right now, the light around you is changing. If you feel goosebumps on your arms or a sudden warmth in your neck, it's not your imagination. It's a real divine presence. Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now, holding the sword of truth. His message is clear. Do not be afraid when the unexpected happens today. At 9 p.m. tonight, that truth that has been hidden will come to light like the dawn. Don't let fear hold you back. Heaven asks you to trust this process completely. Everything that was designed to break, you will become a blessing. Everything that was taken from you will return to you in a new and better form. All those who doubted you will witness God's hand lift you up again. Now you understand why your spirit felt so heavy and why you suddenly cried for no apparent reason. It wasn't sadness you felt. It was spiritual pressure being released. Chains you couldn't see were breaking at that very moment. That's why even the archangels were shocked. After years of silence, your name was finally spoken before the great council of light. God gave the command. Now is the time. Reveal the truth to them. You are that truth he spoke of. Your life is a message being rewritten right now. Your story isn't over. Heaven itself is telling it. Stay with me and don't go away, because this message is working like a prophecy in your heart. The more you listen, the stronger your spirit becomes. Before this night is over, you're going to start seeing the proof of everything I'm telling you. Don't stop now. Every word that reaches your soul unlocks a different blessing. The only person who didn't know what happened last night was you, but that ends now. The moment you open this video, heaven saw your light activate once more. The angels surrounding you whispered. They are seeing it. They are hearing it. Instantly, a wave of power began to surround your name. Can you feel it? That slight tremor in your chest is the vibration of divine confirmation. Every second you spend listening to these words, a different spiritual door opens in your favor. Archangel Michael made it clear. You are the last to learn what happened, but you will be the first to witness its meaning. Last night was no ordinary night. A council of 12 appeared before the throne of God to discuss the fate of many souls. But when your name was called, the light in the room changed completely and grew brighter. Even the seraphim turned their gaze upon hearing your name. Heaven has been watching your silence and your resistance. God saw the nights you remained silent while your heart cried out in pain. Those cries from your heart became a sign from the divine. When heaven reviewed destinies, yours began to shine with a different intensity. Michael held up the document of your life and confirmed before everyone, this son still believes. This son has not given up. At that moment, God gave his approval. He commanded that your struggle end today so that your true life may begin. That is exactly what happened while you slept. That is why a wave of power surrounds your name right now. That trembling you feel in your chest is the vibration of divine confirmation. Every word you hear opens a spiritual door in your favor. Archangel Michael has made it clear. Although you are the last to know, the results of what happened last night will be visible to everyone from now on. You will be the first witness to what this change means in the real world. As I told you, the Council of 12 stood before the throne of God, deciding the fate of many people. But your case was different. Your silent resistance and your ability to endure without complaint caught the attention of the highest levels of heaven. God himself heard what was in your heart. Therefore, when the time came to review your destiny, the decision was unanimous. Archangel Michael presented the evidence of your faithfulness and confirmed that, despite all the pain, you did not give up. At that moment, God gave the final order. He said, "Let it be recorded that your probationary period has officially ended. In heaven, your situation has already changed. Now it only remains for it to manifest in your reality before the day is over." God smiled and gave the order. "Let it be known that your struggle ends today and your truth begins now." That's what happened while you slept. That legal decision from heaven will transform your reality immediately. Prepare for sudden changes. Things that didn't make sense will align perfectly from this moment forward. People who drifted away will return with clear explanations, and opportunities that were blocked will open wide. But listen carefully. Not everyone around you will be able to handle this new version of your life. When your light shines brighter, those who prefer darkness feel uneasy. That's why you'll notice some people acting strangely toward you. They sense something divine moving through you, even if they don't know what it is. Archangel Michael gives you this advice. Don't waste energy giving explanations. Let your results speak for themselves. Tonight, something that has been hidden for a long time will come to you. It will be a word, a message, or a clear sign. Know that heaven has never been far from you. Now, there is something important you must do before the crucial moment arrives. Whisper your name aloud and say, "I receive the truth that heaven has released for me." This simple act breaks the final seal of silence over your life. Do it with complete confidence, and you will notice a sudden calm filling the place where you are. Heaven works through agreements. Every miracle requires your approval. The moment you accept, the light immediately arranges everything you need. Archangel Raphael is already working on your health. Archangel Gabriel has touched your ability to influence others. Archangel Michael himself has surrounded your home with complete protection. From now on, no tool used against you will work, and no negative words spoken against you will have any power. The night that once frightened you will now be proof that God never rests. The reason this message feels so real is because it was created in real time with the authority of heaven. As you listen, your timeline is being rewritten. Years of delays are becoming just days of waiting. Doors that were closed are now opening, and the clock of heaven is ticking fast. Keep your faith. You will notice signs very soon. An unexpected call from someone who had left, a dream that feels like a vivid memory, or numbers that keep repeating themselves. You might even notice a strange scent in your room with no physical explanation. These are not coincidences. They are proof that heaven's promise is being fulfilled. But be careful. Before the light fully manifests, confusion will try to speak to you. Ignore those voices that tell you this is too good to be true. The miracle does not follow human logic. It follows spiritual law. Archangel Michael is clear. Do not use logic to measure this, for logic never parted the sea. That same faith is removing all the obstacles in your path right now. You may not see the path clear yet, but heaven has already paved it for you. All you have to do is keep listening to this message without rushing. Each phrase you receive generates a growing force within you. The longer you stay here, the stronger the impact on your life will be. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what happened last night, but you will feel your reality completely transformed. Remember that heaven never reveals anything so profound without a clear purpose. You were chosen to hear what others are not ready to understand. Even the angels are amazed that you are here at this very moment. There are points in life where the silence must be broken and the truth must come to light. This is your moment. If you feel you are remembering something important, it is because your spirit already knew this day would come. You accepted this path, and now it is time to see the results. You are part of this revelation. That's why, despite all the problems you face, you never completely lost faith. You may have doubted, but you never gave up, and heaven always rewards that resilience. Even a little faith is enough to activate God's help. Archangel Michael confirms this right now. He says, "Tonight you will see a sign that no one can deny." It may come to you through a message on your phone, a specific sound, a vivid dream, or someone's face. When that happens, you will know that God has confirmed every word I have told you today. Hold on to this truth. You are no longer invisible to heaven. They remember you, and your name is written in the light. Heaven moves much faster than your doubts. Stay with me because this is not over yet. There are more things you need to hear before this hour passes. The truth of what happened last night is still being revealed in this message. My child, heaven has not finished speaking to you. You already feel the change within, but this information is still working in your life. Even now, as you listen, the light surrounds you and is erasing everything that darkness tried to write about you last night. While your body rested, a door in heaven that had been sealed for years finally opened. Archangel Michael stood before it with the key to truth. When that door opened, what came out was not punishment, but pure mercy. And in that mercy, your name was clearly written. This means that the blockages of years have ended right now. Your name now shines with authority you cannot imagine. Archangel Michael confirms that tonight you will receive a physical and undeniable sign. It could be a text message, a strange sound, a very vivid dream, or the face of a specific person. As soon as that happens, you will have proof that God has backed up every word you hear here. Remember this, you are no longer invisible. Heaven is aware of you and is moving at a speed that surpasses any doubt you may have. Don't leave yet, because the truth of what happened last night continues to unfold. This message is still working within you. And as you listen, divine light envelopes you completely. Heaven has much more to tell you. And this process of transformation will not stop. Every word you hear right now is erasing what the darkness tried to plot against you last night. While you slept, a door in heaven that had been blocked for years opened. Archangel Michael used the key of truth to set you free. As that door opened, pure mercy flowed into your life. Your name appeared written in a light that all the angels could see, and in that moment, they all remembered you. There are times when heaven stops everything to correct the destiny of someone who has waited too long. You are that person. Your waiting has become your greatest testimony. Your patience has become your most powerful prayer. Even that pain you never spoke to anyone about is now proof that God was by your side every step of the way. You may not yet fully grasp the magnitude of this, but the reality is that your situation is legally changed in heaven. Every tear you shed in silence was taken into account by heaven. This morning, that accumulated pain was transformed into a tangible blessing. That's why the angels reacted with awe. They watched as your suffering turned into pure gold before their very eyes. Heaven never wastes your pain. It uses it to refine your purpose. And that purpose is ready to manifest in your life right now. Archangel Michael has a clear message for you. Nothing you experienced was lost. Every delay was actually necessary training. Those moments when you felt rejected were simply God's redirections toward your true destiny. The people who left your side weren't a punishment. They were part of a necessary cleansing. Had they stayed, they would have blocked the miracle that is about to happen. Before the sun sets today, something unexpected will touch your spirit. It could be a message from someone, a familiar sound, or a profound sense of relief. That calm you'll feel settling inside you will be your main sign. When that happens, whisper softly, "I remember." That will mean that the promise of heaven has finally arrived in your reality. Do you remember when you felt forgotten and quietly wondered if God saw what was being done to you? He saw every injustice. But he waited because he was preparing something much greater than mere compensation. He was preparing your complete restoration. Divine restoration not only gives you back what you lost, but it multiplies it. It returns the lost years in ways you never imagined. That is exactly what awaits you this season. The angels are already aligning the exact people, places, and times. Right now, they are placing your name in the minds of people with resources and open doors. These people won't even know why they are thinking of you. They will simply feel the need to seek you out. That is heaven's design. Remain calm to receive. You don't have to chase anything. The miracle will find you. What is meant for you will find you. Tonight's message isn't about trying harder. It's about surrendering to divine will. Archangel Michael was very clear. Tell them to stop forcing things. Your destiny isn't something you have to create from scratch. It already exists. You're simply walking toward what was already prepared for you. That's why, suddenly, you feel like your life is changing in strange ways. You are entering a stage that your old self cannot recognize. The places that once drained your energy will lose their power over you. The people who once intimidated you will cease to be important in your world. That silence that once frightened you will become your safest place. Because now heaven is replacing the noise with true knowledge. God is transforming your confusion into complete clarity. The proof is that you are still here, listening to these words, for a reason that transcends your logic. That attraction you feel is divine magnetism. It's heaven asking you to stay a little longer, because what's being revealed can't be rushed through. What happened last night wasn't just a spiritual event. It was a prophecy. Something here on earth is reflecting that shift right now. A break from your old patterns and a complete change of authority. You will begin to notice that people treat you differently, and that doors open effortlessly. You will have conversations that unexpectedly favor you. These are not coincidences. They are the echo of what the heavens have already decided. The court of light has ruled in your favor, and earthly reality is adjusting to that judgment. If you feel sudden tiredness or heaviness tonight, do not fear. It is old energy leaving your body. Drink water, breathe deeply, and rest. Tomorrow you will awaken with a lightness you haven't felt in years. Upon opening your eyes, you will remember something that brought you joy. That memory is a sign that your peace has returned. Your peace has returned, but there is something crucial you must know. Archangel Michael asked me to tell you this. Do not share the secret too soon. The seed of a miracle grows best when kept silent. Keep this message close to you and let it penetrate your heart before speaking of it to others. What is forming within you is too sacred to be exposed to the doubts of others. In just a few days, the results will be visible to all, and no one will be able to deny that God's hand was upon you. Until then, remain steadfast and silent. Do not let fear speak louder than your faith. You are in the midst of a radical change that began last night, will be completed today, and will unfold in the coming days. As the clock approaches 9 o'clock, close your eyes for a minute and whisper, "I receive the full truth from heaven." Then, simply give thanks. That is all you need to do. The archangels will take care of the rest. Drink water, take deep breaths, and rest. Tomorrow you will awaken with a lightness you haven't felt in years. That memory that will bring you joy tomorrow will not be a coincidence. It will be confirmation that your peace has officially returned. But listen carefully. Archangel Michael asked me to warn you about something. He said, do not share this news prematurely. The seed of a miracle grows stronger in silence. Keep this truth within you. and let it settle in your heart before telling anyone how you feel. What God is forming inside you is too sacred to expose to the doubt of others. In just a few days, the change will be so evident that no one will be able to deny that God's hand was upon you. Until that moment arrives, remain silent and steadfast. Do not let fear speak louder than your faith. You are experiencing a radical change that began last night while you slept, is sealed today, and will fully manifest in your reality from this moment forward. Your story is no longer the same. This process is completed tonight and will fully unfold over the next few days. As the clock approaches 9 o'clock, do the following. Close your eyes for 1 minute and whisper, "I receive the full truth from heaven." Then, simply give thanks. That is all that is required. The archangels will take care of the rest. My child, heaven values your continued presence here. Every second you remain connected to these words, more light focuses on your path. The archangels are preparing right now because they know you are ready to hear the deepest truth. Why all of this happened. For a long time, there was a battle for your attention. Every disappointment and every moment of confusion you experienced was not a punishment, but a planned distraction. The darkness knows that if you ever discover who you truly are, it will lose all control over you forever. That's why it sent a storm. That's why your relationships broke down and your plans crumbled. It wasn't bad luck. It was an attempt to prevent you from reaching this precise moment of awakening. All those opportunities that slipped away just when you needed them most weren't your fault. It was a desperate attempt to keep you from reaching this moment of clarity. But you made it. You crossed the barrier that the darkness swore you'd never see. Now the truth must be told plainly. You haven't been left behind. You've arrived exactly on time. What seemed like a delay was, in reality, heaven ensuring your blessing arrived in perfect order. Archangel Michael stood guard every time you were about to give up. He was the one who whispered to your spirit as you slept, "Wait a little longer. Dawn is near." And that dawn is today. There's a specific reason this message reached you at this precise moment. In the spiritual realm, a clock has struck. A divine appointment has been activated. There's a person, a door, and a time prepared exclusively for this new version of you that has just awakened. But heaven respects your will. That's why faith feels like a whisper in your heart asking you to accept. Respond to that whisper right now. Say it softly, confidently, from wherever you are. I accept my divine appointment. By saying, I am ready, you allow everything that was stalled to begin moving again. The blessing that was held back last season resumes its journey toward you this very moment. That call that never came is beginning to form right now in the mind of the right person. The provision you thought was lost is returning to your life, perhaps in a different and improved form. Listen carefully to this. God never misses his appointments. People do. When someone lets you down or causes you to miss an opportunity, heaven simply changes the date, but the blessing is never canceled. Sometimes, what seems like a loss or a sudden change is just the wrapping for something bigger. You're right at the turning point. Every seed of success you thought was dead was actually just dormant. Now, the ground has shifted, and it's time to see the sprout emerge. Life is being reborn for you. Don't judge this new beginning by how small it may seem now. What starts simply will soon surpass everything you imagined. Heaven has witnessed your destiny awaken where before there was only desolation. Archangel Michael is specific. Expect confirmation in 3 waves a day. You will receive it through the words of others, through a synchronicity with time, and above all, through a profound peace. When it happens, simply smile and recognize that it is heaven speaking directly to you. If fear tries to return, silence it with this truth. It is already written. The decision regarding your success has already been made in the light. You simply have to walk toward it. Remember that God calls you son, not out of weakness, but because you belong. Children don't beg for favors. They inherit by right. You are the legal heir to everything that was decided last night in heaven. Before this day is over, you will feel a new strength quietly rising within you. It won't be loud or chaotic. It will be an absolute certainty that your moment has arrived. This newfound strength you feel isn't forced or noisy. It's constant, real, and true. It's your faith returning home. When you feel it, don't question it. Just breathe it in. That breath is itself a prayer that heaven understands perfectly. Remember, this message isn't a random text. It's a living prophecy that uses words to rebuild, phrase by phrase, everything that was broken in your life. Stay with me a little longer, for we are almost at the exact point where the truth of heaven touches earth. As you listen, something sacred is happening. Even though it may seem that you are only receiving information, heaven is watching as a prophecy unfolds within you. For every second you remain here, a thread of your destiny is rewound and aligned correctly. This is how heaven mends a life. Not with thunder and chaos, but through revelation. Do you feel that peace beginning to rise like a tide returning to a forgotten shore? It's not your imagination. It's your spirit remembering its original design. Last night, when your name echoed in the celestial courts, the order was given for everything within you to be restored. In the halls of light, God asked the archangels a question. Do you still believe in your faith? The answer wasn't words. It was the beating of your own heart. Because faith isn't something you simply say. It's the rhythm of your soul refusing to give up. That heartbeat reached heaven with more force than any shouted prayer. Archangel Michael bowed and said with authority, "You have waited long enough." And heaven's response was unanimous. Then clear the way now. That command is active this very second. Obstacles are being cleared from your path. Emails that will change your financial situation are being drafted. Doors you didn't even know existed are being opened, simply by the power of your name recognized in heaven. Stay with me a moment longer. We are at the exact point where divine truth manifests on earth. What you are experiencing now is not just a reading. It is a fulfillment of a sacred promise. What you are experiencing right now is not a coincidence. It is a fulfillment of a prophecy. Every second you remain connected to this message, heaven rewinds and realigns the threads of your destiny. This is how God mends a life. Not with a bang, but with the clarity of revelation. Do you feel that peace rising silently, like a tide returning to a forgotten shore? It's not your imagination. It's your spirit recognizing its original design. Last night, when your name echoed to the halls of light, God asked the archangels a question. Do you still believe in your faith? The answer wasn't words. It was the beating of your own heart. Because faith isn't something spoken. It's the rhythm of soul that refuses to surrender. That heartbeat reached heaven with more force than any prayer. Archangel Michael bowed and declared, "They have waited long enough." And the command from heaven was, "Make way." That command is active right now. Obstacles are being removed. Emails that will change your story are being written. Doors you never knocked on are opening simply because your name has already been honored in the celestial courts. All of this is happening because one truth has become clear. You are ready. But now, you must keep your focus on what is pure. Don't let old fear disguise itself as wisdom. Fear is cunning. Sometimes it uses logic, doubt, or painful memories to try to stop you. But faith always speaks in a gentle voice. Choose that voice. Right now, someone's heart is being drawn to you. That person may not understand why they feel this attraction or need to help you, but they are a key part of your restoration. Before tonight is over, you will receive a small sign, a glance, an unexpected word, or a sudden reminder of the divine presence. The angels call this the turning point. Your destiny has chapters, and today you've just begun a new one. The ink of this new story is still wet. Don't try to rush to the end. Let God write in peace. Do you remember what it felt like to be invisible? Those moments when you wondered if anyone really saw you? Those days are over. Your name now shines with its own light. Heaven witnessed every one of those moments when you felt invisible. Every weary sigh you released was etched into eternity, like music. Those sounds, when they reach the divine presence, transformed into the purest prayers. That is why they are answering you right now. The answer may not come in the exact way you expect. Heaven rarely follows our human logic, but it will arrive silently, beautifully, and without a trace of doubt. Archangel Michael leaves us with this promise. Tonight, heaven itself will speak to you. Perhaps it won't use human words, but will manifest through a different light, a synchronicity with time, or a sudden clarity in your consciousness. When you feel that touch of the divine, don't look for explanations. Simply smile and whisper, I hear you, because that's what the connection with God truly feels like. It doesn't always happen in grand, thunderous events, but in the deep peace of knowing you were never alone. It all comes down to a perfect alignment of small moments. Tomorrow morning, you'll notice something amazing. That which used to distress you and weigh heavily on your heart will suddenly lose all its weight. You won't even realize the exact moment it's gone. It will simply have vanished. That is true healing. It is divine grace finishing what your own efforts could not accomplish. Remain calm in this moment. Do not rush. For the longer you remain with this message, the more this truth will settle within you. The transformation is happening in real time, right now. As you rest in this peaceful conscience, remember this. You have never been forgotten. You are remembered by name, loved by design, and protected by a light that will never dim. Heaven is not yet finished with you. What began last night continues to ripple through eternity, and every breath you take is proof that this miracle lives on. Every thought that arises within you right now is being heard by heaven. Though you cannot see the angels, they surround you. One of them stands to your right, wings folded, awaiting your consent. Heaven never compels, only invites. Say softly, I receive what you're sending me. That simple yes is the bridge that allows a miracle to touch your physical reality. Don't underestimate this brief moment of peace you feel now. It is true power in disguise. Peace is heavenly proof that the battle in your life has already been won. Last night, a sacred document was opened before the throne of God. It was a story of your life. It had pages of victories and pages of deep sorrow, but also many blank pages waiting for a new beginning. God laid his hand upon those blank pages and gave a command that resounded like thunder through the light. Write again. That is why your spirit has felt restless today. Your soul knows that the writing of your new destiny has begun. Even the archangels were amazed to see what God has planned for you. The angels watched as a golden beam extended from the divine, thrown directly into your timeline. In that instant, every dark season, every betrayal, and every silence you experienced was touched by that light and rewritten with new meaning. Nothing in your life has been wasted, and nothing has been forgotten. Archangel Michael declared before all of heaven, this child is not finished. He had been reborn, and the entire firmament agreed. This message isn't simply about predicting your future, but about awakening your consciousness. The truth is, your glorious future already exists, but you can't enter until you deeply believe it belongs to you. Your belief is the bridge you're crossing right now, word by word. Don't look back at the ruins of your past. Those moments weren't prisons. They were classrooms. You learned compassion through loss, gained strength through rejection, and developed a summon amidst setbacks. Now, those lessons cease to be wounds and become your armor. You are ready for what's to come. Even at this very moment, Archangel Michael is marking your home with light. Every window that once let fear in is being sealed, and every door through which doubt seeped is now under divine protection. No shadow can remain near what has been declared under absolute protection. There is a rhythm to God's timing. Even if you feel impatient, remember that heaven is never late. What is not yet manifested is because heaven is preparing you to hold the magnitude of what is coming. That capacity to receive is being born within you right now. You can feel it. It is that quiet certainty that has begun to replace panic. Heaven calls this mature faith. Tonight, as the clock approaches 9, you will feel a different kind of stillness. It won't be loneliness. It will be alignment. That is the exact time when heaven completes what began in the realms of light. At that moment, simply pause, take a deep breath, and whisper, "Here I am, Lord. Finish in me what you began." Then rest. Heaven operates with greater power when you enter into stillness. Don't be surprised if your dreams become vivid and clear from today onward. You'll begin to see brighter colors and symbolic encounters. You'll see doors finally opening in your visions. Don't dwell on the ruins of your past. Understand that they weren't prisons, but classrooms. Loss taught you compassion. Rejection gave you strength, and delay granted you discernment. Now, those lessons have ceased to be wounds and have become your armor. Even now, Archangel Michael is marking your home with an impenetrable light. Every window that once opened to fear is being sealed, and every door to doubt is under divine watch. No whisper of darkness can remain near what has now been declared protected. There is a perfect rhythm in God's timing. If you feel impatient, remember that it's never too late for heaven. What hasn't arrived yet is because God is expanding your capacity to hold it. That willingness is being born within you right now. You can feel it in that quiet certainty that has driven out panic. That is mature faith. Tonight, as the clock approaches 9, tonight, you will feel a different kind of stillness. It won't be loneliness, but perfect alignment. That is the exact moment when the heavens complete what began to take shape in the realms of light. At that moment, simply pause, take a deep breath, and whisper, "I am here, Lord. Finish in me what you began." Then just rest. Remember that the heavens work with greater power in your stillness. My beloved, do not be surprised if your dreams tonight are vivid and clear. You will see intense colors, people who symbolize guidance, and doors that swing wide open. These are not warnings, but messages of reassurance. It is heaven's way of confirming that the work is finished. And when you wake up tomorrow, you'll notice something different. The weight will be gone, clarity will have returned, and you'll know, without a doubt, that the path is finally open for you. Upon waking, you will notice that your burdens are lighter, your eyes see with new clarity, and your steps move forward without a trace of fear. This will be the physical proof that the rewriting of your destiny is complete. Archangel Michael asked me to tell you this. Stop doubting your worth. You are not a mistake. You are a message. Yes, my beloved, your presence on this earth is the answer to someone else's prayer, and very soon, that person will find you. That connection will need no explanation or effort. It will feel familiar from the very first second because heaven arranged it long ago. That is why I tell you today, remain calm. Don't chase anything. Allow things to come. Don't panic about timing. Be ready, because everything that is rightfully yours by divine right is already moving in your direction. Stay on this frequency a little longer. The light continues to move through these words, reaching the very depths of your being. Breathe in this truth. You may think you're only reading, but in reality, your spirit is remembering who you are. That's why your heart is beating a little faster now. It's acknowledging what your mind had forgotten. You have always belonged to the light. Even in your darkest moments, there was a tiny spark within you that refused to die. That spark was personally guarded by Archangel Michael. He never abandoned you, not once. There were nights when you cried so softly you thought no one could hear you. But Miguel was there. He stood by your bedside, counting each of your tears as if they were sacred treasures. And today, those same tears are about to become your greatest testimony. The absolute truth is this: you haven't been experiencing punishment. You've been training for your destiny. Every disappointment refined your discernment. Every rejection taught you to recognize true love when it arrived. Every delay was a test to make your faith strong enough to hold the immense blessing that is now approaching. That's why, at this very moment, the angels rejoice. Your preparation is complete. Your waiting period is over. Today, your activation period begins. This morning, upon waking, the very air vibrated a new frequency because heaven has issued a decree. It is time. It is time for the truth to emerge, for complete restoration, and for joy to replace every trace of sadness you have carried for years. My beloved ones, do not fear the speed of this change. Miracles are not always gradual. There are often instantaneous shifts that occur in the silence a second, and suddenly everything looks different. In the coming hours, stay alert for a small but undeniable sign. Something that used to frustrate you or that always seemed to get stuck will suddenly work with astonishing ease. That is your confirmation. The moment you see it, don't ignore it. Simply whisper, "I see you, Lord." Every time you recognize the hand of heaven in the small details, the next big door opens more quickly. Archangel Michael tells us the path is already clear. Archangel Michael leaves us with a powerful key. Tell them that when gratitude precedes results, the results come multiplied. Therefore, today I invite you to thank God right now, even before seeing the physical manifestation. Thank Him for those painful endings that you now discover were new beginnings. Thank Him for the people who left your life, because their departure allowed heaven to make room for those who are truly destined to stay by your side. My daughter, My son, do not measure the magnitude of this miracle by numbers or material possessions. Measure it by the peace you feel in this moment. That peace is the authentic signature of heaven on your soul. It is a gentle breeze trying to enter your being. Do not resist it by overanalyzing. Simply allow it. There's an exact moment tonight when the heavens will finalize this frequency shift within you. When that happens, you might feel a sudden warmth surrounding your heart. Hear a subtle sound rising from the silence, or notice the air around you becoming heavy and still. Do not be afraid. It is the presence. Michael will be by your side, sealing every promise God has made to you. And when you awaken tomorrow, life will be different. When you wake up tomorrow, nothing will feel the same. You will see colors more vividly. Your mind will be clearer, and your emotions will enter a state of absolute calm, because the war within you is over. Heaven itself has declared your victory. At this very moment, the archangels sing in silence, and their voices convey a peace that bears your name. Stay still for a moment longer. Observe the air around you right now. It feels different, doesn't it? It's lighter, quieter, almost sacred. That silence isn't emptiness, it's presence. Heaven is closer to you today than ever before. Every time you choose to listen to this truth, a new current of power begins to rewrite your story. You are not simply listening to a message. You are entering a new reality. Last night, in the heavenly courts, an unchangeable decree was recorded that stated, everything that once worked against you will now begin to work in your favor. That single sentence has forever altered the course of your destiny. Your life has taken a new turn. Even now, forces you never imagined are preparing your next chapter. Documents that were filed away are being reviewed. Your name is being mentioned in places of influence. And doors you yourself forgot you'd even knocked on are swinging wide open. The faithless world will call it coincidence. You will know with certainty that it is your divine moment. Do not fear the unknown. My beloved, you have already weathered far worse times and survived. This new stage will not break you. It will build you upon a solid rock. Archangel Michael watches over you from on high and whispers with pride. You have no idea how many storms your faith has calmed. Today, heaven not only knows your story, but celebrates your resilience. While the world sleeps, the angels sing your name, acknowledging that you are ready to inherit what is rightfully yours. Stay in this space a little longer, because the revelation is still unfolding between these lines. Breathe and observe the air around you. It feels different, lighter, almost sacred. That silence is not emptiness. It is presence. Heaven is closer to you today than ever before. By choosing to listen, you have allowed a new current of power to flow through your story. You are not simply hearing a message. You are stepping into a new reality. Last night, the heavens recorded an unshakable decree. Everything that once worked against you will, from this moment forward, begin to work in your favor. That single sentence has changed the course of your life forever. Even now, unseen forces are preparing your next chapter. Legal documents are being reviewed. Key names are being recalled in important offices, and doors you've forgotten are reopening. The world will call it coincidence, but you will know it's your divine moment. Don't fear the unknown. You survived far worse. This stage isn't meant to break you. It's meant to finish building you. Michael watches over you from the light and whispers proudly, they have no idea how many storms their faith has calmed. Every time you refuse to give up in the midst of the storm, something invisible shifted in your favor. Every act of kindness you performed without expecting a thank you was etched into eternity like a seed of light. And today, those seeds are all sprouting at once. So, if you feel that life has suddenly become busy, unexpected, or unfamiliar, it's because the harvest is noisy. Heaven is rearranging everything you left behind to replace it with something worthy of your newfound strength. Beloved, engrave this on your heart. God never takes anything away without replacing it with something better. If one door has closed, it is because a mansion is opening. If one voice has fallen silent, it is because a purer voice is preparing to bless you. Don't waste your tears on painful endings. Save them for gratitude for what is to come. There's a divine plan unfolding in perfect order, and when the hands of heaven move, absolutely nothing on earth can stop them. Before this night is over, a thought will enter your mind. It will be gentle. yet so clear that you will know it is not your own, but a direct whisper from the Creator. That thought that will come to you before the day is over won't sound like your own voice. It will feel like peace itself speaking to your spirit. That will be your divine instruction for the next step. Follow it without hesitation, because that small impulse will lead you directly to the favor you've been waiting for. As you rest tonight, know that the same angels who watched over you in your darkest hours are surrounding your bed right now. They will be in every corner of your room, and nothing of darkness will be able to cross the circle of light they have drawn for you. My child, this is how heaven fights for you. Not with noise, but with perfect order, through an alignment that no human hand has the power to alter. Trust this process completely. You are right at the point where the supernatural ceases to be a surprise and becomes your new reality. You are at the point where the miracle becomes normal. Stay here, in this peace, until every corner of your heart finally understands that you were never forgotten. Those moments of silence, those nights of solitude, and the seemingly endless waits were not signs of abandonment. They were the soil where your strength was cultivated. You weren't lost. You were simply being prepared for this very awakening. Everything you experienced has brought you to this moment of clarity, where the voice of the heavens is stronger than your fears. Breathe in that peace. You no longer need to fight. The awakening has begun. If you have awakened to your true self today, write, "I am ready" in the comments. Let these words be the last thing that echoes in your mind before you rest. Don't forget to subscribe so we can walk together every step of this new season. Sleep in the certainty that you are loved, seen, and blessed. Until tomorrow,